We do want to welcome Nick Glad to the set of the Means Report. Nick is, by day really, the general counsel for TaxSlayer, one of Augusta's and one of the nation's finest companies. He's also the general legal officer, the chief legal officer, Nick, excuse me, for LegalSpark, which is why he's here today. But first of all, before we get to LegalSpark, I want to talk about TaxSlayer. It's been in the news lately. Y'all been busy with your move, with your renovations, right?
We have. We are excited for this move. We've got a new technology campus opening downtown on Broad Street. We want to be part of the technology boom that's happening in downtown and all over Augusta, and we're there. And
you've already started work on getting it up to speed, getting the building to where you need it, right?
We've already started the work, and we'll be in the next spring.
All right, let's talk about LegalSpark.com. You once explained to me that LegalSpark.com is like Uber for lawyers, and I tried it out, and it is. It's that simple. Let's just start at the beginning, though. What gave you the idea, Nick, or what made you aware of the need of connecting clients with attorneys in this easy of a manner?
It is a very simple concept. This is a 20-minute legal advice call where the lawyer is going to call you on your phone and give you that 20 minutes of legal help. The basis of it is everyone over the course of a year is going to have some legal question. And the scope of that could be anything from a family law issue to I want to start a new LLC to I've got an intellectual property idea. How do I protect it? All these questions have an answer. And we're going to connect you through our platform, LegalSpark.com, with an experienced quality lawyer who's going to answer that question for you in a short time, in a 20-minute period.
Is this something that you noticed was lacking in the legal world, either when you were in private practice or now in the corporate world, where it was sometimes cumbersome to connect client and attorney?
Right. Brad, I was a 15-year practicing lawyer. I did products liability law, defended automobile companies, and so I did the daily grind for those clients. This is completely different. This is opening the doorway, expanding access to lawyers by anybody, for the John Q. public that's out there that needs answers to those questions, again, that they're going to have over the course of the year. This opens that door for them to get a call from a lawyer, which is turning it on its head in that the lawyer is going to call the client instead of the other way around.
Sometimes it can be daunting when you're trying to think about that first step of calling a lawyer, of getting legal advice, of getting into that whole legal arena because of the cost. Tell me what LegalSpark.com can do when it comes to that initial cost to connect with that attorney.
Right. And there's two things there, and I don't want to gloss over this. There's an intimidation factor that folks have to connecting with a lawyer. How do I get to a lawyer? Do I really have to call and talk to a secretary? Am I going to get screened? Maybe it's an embarrassing issue that you only want to discuss with a lawyer. Well, this eliminates that. This is something you can do in the convenience of your home, in your car, anywhere you'd like. Okay, so it eliminates that intimidation barrier to lawyers. And then there's that convenience factor. And then there's a fixed cost. This is a under $50 20-minute legal help call that you're going to get. $49.99, you're going to be connected with a lawyer. Lawyer's going to call your phone for that convenient call that you can have, again, in the safety and with a privacy factor and in the convenience of wherever you want that call to be.
What kind of legal advice can be dispensed in 20 minutes? I'm not presuming that an entire issue can be resolved in that time, but how quickly does the attorney who calls you get to the point?
Well, and this goes to the question you just asked, which is what's the basis of this? And I can't tell you over my course of 15 years how many times I was asked the question, hey, Nick, you're a lawyer. I got a quick legal question for you.
Oh, yeah. People do it all the time.
Yeah, they do it, and they do it to all lawyers, and it's fine. I mean, I may not be a specialist in that scope, but I know where to find the answer for that person. And typically it's a family member or a friend who's asking those questions. Well, that's the basis of what we're doing here. It's someone with that quick legal, what they think is a quick legal question that they now can talk to a lawyer in a matter of minutes. Once they onboard with us and choose the Uber style of selection of an attorney, all the attorneys that are available in that particular topic. Let's say someone has a business question. A push notification is going to go to all the lawyers, all the business lawyers with us. The first business lawyer that accepts that push notification in a matter of seconds is going to be then connected with that new client.
So that connection comes pretty quickly. That call back is pretty fast.
That attorney is going to call you within 10 minutes.
Let me ask you this. Where are these attorneys? Where are they coming from? Are they sitting around Augusta?
Right. LegalSpark, we just launched about 2 weeks ago, and we are launching initially in Georgia only. Mm-hmm. We're actually targeting Atlanta on our ad campaign, but it is a Georgia-wide product as we sit here right now. So we have, and I'm excited to say, we have 30 plus highly experienced and qualified lawyers that are already registered with us, and they are all across the scope regarding of whether or not they're criminal lawyers specializing in criminal law, intellectual property, business, immigration, family, and divorce lawyers. We have all of those topics covered, and again, over 30 as we sit here, and that number is increasing every day.
Well, I'm sure it will grow many-fold as word gets out about LegalSpark. Let me ask you this, and you've already touched on it, but I think it bears mentioning again, and that is these lawyers get back to you very quickly. How do they juggle that and their normal jobs? Or is it just the attorney who's not busy right then, and you're going to get that person, and that kind of goes to the whole speed and efficiency of LegalSpark? Because you do have to sometimes wait forever for one to call you back.
Well, foremost, this is a tech product. This is the result of a tech company like TaxSlayer, where we have the resources to do this. We started with a concept and ended up with a highly technical product. Mm-hmm. And that part of that product is an application that the attorneys use. It is an extremely convenient app on their phone where the push notification comes in, and the acceptance of that push and the call is all made through their app on their phone. Well, if you, as an attorney, are unavailable that day, you simply, on your dashboard, simply click, I'm unavailable that day, and I won't get those push notifications.
Got it.
Moreover, if I am available and I'm just indisposed at the moment, I'm in a deposition, I'm on another call, I just simply won't, if I'm the attorney, simply won't respond to that notification. But since we have scaled this to have many lawyers available in each topic, somebody else is not unavailable at the time and will grab that push notification. That's how it works. Just like Uber, in that there's many drivers out there, the first one that grabs it is going to be your driver. Now,
are these attorneys that you've onboarded that are part of LegalSpark right now leaving their phones on 24/7 in case they get dinged, in case the opportunity arises?
Yes, they are.
And how do they get paid?
Good. So it is a $49.99 charge.
Yeah, you don't have to give me specifics, but I mean, part of that goes to them.
It's essentially half and half. There's a technological fee, and there's an attorney fee.
Sure.
And the attorney, once they make that call and they answer that question, and the question could take 5 minutes, it could take the whole 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. But once they are done with that question and they've answered that question for that new customer, then they mark that call complete, and their lawyer fee is then transferred into their dashboard.
And can a relationship begin then after that 20 minutes? In other words, you're about to hit 20 and the lawyer on the other end says this, or you say, obviously we need to continue this, and then you go into the typical attorney-client relationship.
Or maybe not a continuation, or the call indicates that, listen, here's the answer to your question, and you're going to need to do X, Y, and Z. I'm here for you, or I can, but you're going to need to see a lawyer for those other issues.
Right. Okay, and that can happen during the course of that phone call.
Sure can.
Did you think it would start off this with this level of enthusiasm? Did you foresee this? Because I do sense that it is just taking right off in a big way.
I tell you, I've been on the road to Atlanta a lot recently. I've been registering and onboarding new attorneys in Atlanta, and I'll tell you, we do have several local attorneys as well, giving them a plug because they are a great asset to LegalSpark. On the road to Atlanta, and one of the trips to Atlanta was a great meeting I had with the State Bar Association. Mm-hmm. And I've got their wholehearted excitement behind LegalSpark because we're not infiltrating the legal community. All we're doing is providing a new platform, a connection platform that, again, expands that access that folks that don't otherwise have access to a lawyer, for them to get the legal advice and the help that they need right away.
Yes, the same attorneys, you're just able to hook up with them faster.
Right.
Nick, I think this is going to be a huge success, and I really do appreciate you taking the time to share LegalSpark with us.
Brad, thanks for having me on board, and I wanted to congratulate you on this award-winning show.
Thank you so much. Listen, that means a lot. I appreciate it. And Marlena, that means a lot to her as well. Thank you for saying that. And make sure that you download the LegalSpark app. It is easy to do so. It's available on Apple devices or at the Google Play Store. Do it right now while you're watching television. Go to LegalSpark.com. Your lawyer is waiting, and you're going to find that everything Nick said is more than true. It really is a fascinating concept, and it is another feather in the cap of Augusta, Georgia, another great idea coming from right here at home.